In this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter, Gon and Ging have a short-lived family reunion, the Hunter organization has a brand new chairman, and Killua and Alluka deal with the menacing and manipulative Illumi. But first, check this out. Are you feeling wacky on tobacco looking like Chewbacca? Well, say no and get ready to look like Han Solo with the Executive Razor from Dollar Shave Club. This razor has 6 high-quality razor blades with a moisturizing strip, and you can check it out at dollarshaveclub.com/SKG. Shave time, shave money. The moment you've all been waiting for, the reunion between Gon and Ging. And just like the rest of the Hunter x Hunter anime series, it kicks all expectations to the curb. It wasn't exactly the reunion I was expecting, but I really liked it because they're in a way sort of starting to finally follow up on what was going on with Kite now that he's been sort of reformed into this cute little red-haired chimera ant girl. But honestly, I wasn't expecting Gon to just run down and immediately start trying to apologize to Ging about everything that went down during the Chimera Ant arc. And it's a strange scene because you'd think he'd be more enamored just to see his father, although he's more quick to just apologize and to try and get on his good side. Although both Gon and Ging never really had a very strong relationship with each other. In fact, from my understanding, I don't think Gon has even seen his dad since he was a baby. So he really only remembers him from maybe pictures and just some small images in his mind. But Ging does give some good advice. He lets him know that he shouldn't be apologizing to him, he should be apologizing to Kite. And he tries to give him some really great advice, and it works. And immediately Gon starts to run back to the hospital. That is until he finally realizes, wait a minute! My dad is freaking here! Can't I just hang out with him later? And this scene is great because during this whole, speech where they meet each other, everybody in the room is really quiet. They're all just focusing in on this conversation. Everybody starts freaking out and giving him a hard time, and even starts to, rip his hat off and get ready to start fighting everybody. And I like the fact that his hair is basically just like Gon's. Makes sense, like father, like son. Before Gon can leave, Cheetle tries to take advantage of the situation in order to get Gon to vote for Leario. However, Gon actually decides to vote for Periston, and that's because he knows that Leario wants to be a doctor, and he probably doesn't want to become chairman at all. And this is officially where Cheetle is defeated, and I love the imagery they used for it with a massive rock slamming right on top of her head. But here's another really unexpected twist. So, Periston is the new chairman, so what's the first thing he does? Well, he elects Cheetle as his vice chairman, and then right after doing this, he resigns from being the chairman and just immediately walks out of the room. Thus, Cheetle is the brand new chairman by default. But she is pissed when she learns about this, and she tries to run after him, and he goes on to explain that he never really wanted to be chairman. He didn't want to be the next big guy in line. He just liked to play with Netero in a sense. And obviously, I would have loved to see more development between those two because we never really got to see them interact whatsoever. We just always sort of assumed that, he was the vice chairman, he was his right-hand man, although he was chosen because he's the exact opposite of Netero. And he goes on to explain that if Cheetle doesn't do a good job, and if she keeps things kind of boring and dull, that he'll really start to play around and get rough. And you can see he's very menacing right here, and I'm sure this is just the very beginning of the villainous ways of Periston. I cannot wait to see a little bit more from this character. At the very end of the episode, we have a very tense confrontation where Illumi is going to try and steal Alluka away. But that doesn't work, because Killua is able to issue commands to that weird entity that resides within Alluka, and he's able to use that to teleport Illumi away to the Zoldyck Mansion, which freaks everybody out. But it's really awesome. Now, the scene that's really strange here is Killua is fearful that since Alluka has these powers that someone's going to try and take advantage of them, like Illumi. So he decides to try and get something to go away forever. However, this does not sit well with Alluka whatsoever, and Killua realizes the error of his ways and begs for forgiveness, and the episode ends with him coming to terms with the fact that he's going to have to live with both of these sides of Alluka. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter? Really good stuff. Really quick pacing. This was an episode that just flew right by, and God, it sucks that it's about to end, too, because in the preview for next week's episode, you get to see that Gon is going to see Killua again, and he's going to meet Aluka for the first time, so that's going to be just incredible to see by itself. But I think my favorite thing about this week's episode was actually the way Pariston sort of just took charge of those final moments of the election and just shocked everyone. And I loved how he immediately just walked out of the room. There was like no build-up for it. It's just like, all right, Cheadle's vice chairman. I'm out of here, bitches. And then he just leaves. And I was just like, wait, what? No, why is he doing this? And it's hilarious, you know, because they've already explained that he's the type of character. He doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to lose. He just wants to watch the world burn. And that's what he was doing this whole time. He was just having a really great time doing all this stuff and fucking with everybody, messing with Cheadle. And I am a little disappointed because I was sort of building up the fact that Leario was probably about to become the next chairman. And I don't know. It does make sense, though, that Gon would say that he wouldn't want to do that. I mean, Leario didn't really want to be chairman anyway. He still wants to be a doctor, although I hope now that he has powers, we'll get to see him in action a little bit more. But it is good to see that Cheadle is finally going to be on top of things. It looks like, you know, she was one of the more smarter members of the group anyway, so she'll probably be able to run the organization very well. And again, I said it in last week's review, but damn it, is she distracting because her voice sounds so much like Chopper and Pikachu and Konohamaru, because she voices all those characters, so it is kind of distracting. That is something really fun to do when you're watching a lot of different anime series, is to try and figure out who's doing the voices of certain characters. When you're doing that, go look that shit up. It will blow your mind when you see how many different like voice actors people have worked on series. So, great episode. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Really entertaining, a little slow in some parts, and of course, it's just very bittersweet that we only have 2 episodes to go. And apparently, the manga's on freaking hiatus again, so even if I finish the anime series and I catch up with the manga version, I don't have very far to go anyway, but I hope that the manga series will pick up again sometime soon. I know that the author is, I think he's having bad health problems right now. I'm not really sure what's up with that. I'm not the authority on that. I just know that it's on hiatus again, like literally after it just came back, and that was a huge blow for a lot of people. But otherwise, this episode right here was good. Stay tuned for the final 2 episodes of Hunter x Hunter. Check it out, guys. Thank you for watching my review today. Before you leave, make sure to hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. And make sure to tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter. What did you think of Gon and Jing's reunion? And what do you think is going to happen in the final 2 episodes of the series? Do you think there's going to be a full-on conclusion, or are they going to try and lead it into something in the future? God, I hope it's something in the future. Make sure, guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, to go ahead and do so that way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. There will be links for all that stuff in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.